All right, I want to bring in on the phone right now Congressman Mark Meadows from the Freedom Caucus, the conservative wing of the Republican Party in the House in particular. Congressman Meadows, we appreciate you joining us. What is your reaction to this dramatic news tonight?
Well, Ed, obviously, any time that you have a termination of a high-ranking official within the FBI, it's a sad day, for really the FBI and the Department of Justice. But indeed, it's a good day. I mean, based on the facts that are unfolding and what we know, and indeed facts continue to unfold each and every day, it's more important that we restore the credibility of the Department of Justice and the FBI, where the vast majority of the public servants do an outstanding job each and every day. And, Juan is there on your panel and is doing a good job, but we have to stress that OPR was really involved in this decision, and so that takes a great political component out of that. I happen to be the chairman of the government subcommittee that has federal employees underneath its purview, and I can just tell you that firing anyone is very difficult to do, and certainly is the last resort. But there's more information coming out. Obviously, the Inspector General is doing a very extensive research on all of this, Ed.
Well, Congressman, I'm glad you invoked Juan, because he did make a fair point a moment ago that it was the president. As you know, you're very close to the president. You speak frequently with him on the phone and meet with him and try to set the agenda in Washington. And it was the president just a few weeks back who attacked Michael Horowitz's credibility and said, why is Jeff Sessions relying on him? Horowitz is an Obama crony, basically, when in fact, as you know, he was also appointed to a position by President Barack Obama. And so my question to you now, moving forward, is how can the White House, the Justice Department, the Attorney General, and you tonight cite Michael Horowitz and his work and this big report that's coming when the president has said Michael Horowitz is someone not to be trusted?
Well, facts are facts, and I can tell you that as we've seen some of the documents that are even yet to be made public, those facts are certainly there and have to be considered. The Inspector Generals, I have great respect for them. Indeed, they're under our committee, and Inspector General Horowitz is a man of integrity. I think part of that comment that Juan was talking about was really with the fact that the Inspector General is part of DOJ. And so when you're looking at investigating, even though it's a separate body, to restore the credibility based just on the text messages that we've seen to date, you need an independent second special counsel. I think tonight is indeed another case to do that, is to appoint a special counsel to look into all the investigations. What was the role of every DOJ and FBI employee as it led up to the 2016 elections? And so I think that's a critical nature, but it's really the facts. And I think as you'll see all of that coming out, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that we're going to come to know.
Congressman, you were leading the charge on the GOP memo with Devin Nunes some months and weeks ago in saying there's going to be a lot more coming on FISA abuse, and a lot of people didn't believe you, and now those facts have come out. So when you say that tonight is just the tip of the iceberg, without revealing sensitive information that you can't talk about in general, what can you tell our viewers about what they're going to be seeing in the days and weeks ahead?
Well, I mean, obviously, the investigation continues with Michael Horowitz, the investigation within the Judiciary and Oversight Committees, and even the House Intel Committee continues on different fronts. And I can tell you that based on just some of the documents that we're looking for context and clarity on, you're going to see a lot more involvement with other DOJ and FBI people, not just the Andrew McCabe and Peter Strzok and Lisa Page narrative that has been out there, but other individuals as it becomes very known, widespread communication with the media of ongoing investigations, which is not appropriate, but ultimately not jumping to too many conclusions. And I think that's important for all of us to do tonight, is not jump to conclusions, because the vast majority of DOJ and FBI are honorable public servants. And so it is critical that we get a second special counsel in there, and hopefully the Attorney General will look at appointing that in the coming day.
Congressman Mark Meadows, thanks for joining us. I hope you'll stand